Hi, today on Public Interface we're going to be meeting Mark Stiles, one of Velir's principal developers and someone who's passionate about machine learning. He's presenting on the topic at the Berlin SUGCON conference, and he's going to be meeting with us now to give us a little bit of an inside scoop on what he's presenting on. So Mark, you're going to the SUGCON conference in Berlin next week. That's very exciting. What are you going to be talking about?
I'm going to present on something that I've been working on for a while now, which is machine learning integrated into Sitecore. Particularly the piece that I really want to show people is the number of different companies that have actually started to produce consumer available APIs, in that it's creating a web of this intelligence now that we can, as consumers, use.
If I wanted to work with machine learning, do I have to really know an awful lot about, fancy computer science topics and data science and so forth, or is it something I can just get started with?
The beauty of it, having these companies that are investing in it, is that companies like Microsoft, like IBM, they have the scientists. What's important for us now is not necessarily how the intricacies of those algorithms work, as much as what they can do. So for you as a developer or me, what we need to know is, now that this particular classification API is available, how do I make use of that? And the reality is that what you can do is take this classification, train it with your own content, and use it to tag other content with it going forward.
What's the kind of problem you might solve with that?
So a lot of times when we're working with structured content, you have a taxonomy. You have a lot of enumerations that you want to label content with. Now, the first, 1,000, 2,000 articles you have to kind of do by hand, but going forward with clients that we have here at Velir, we have who generate a lot of content. What we want to be able to do is say, okay, you really only have to do so much, but now that you have a certain amount, we can extrapolate the rest. So going forward, you're not going to have to continue to do those things.
Is this something that requires just an awful lot of preparation and study before you start working with, or is it something that you can just kind of plug in and go?
Trying to make it as easy as I can for anyone to pick up and use. So what I'm attempting to do is build the connectors. I'm building the roads to all these APIs so that you don't have to.
So you mentioned these different components you're working with. What are some of the things they can do?
So there's a couple that I've got. There are two that are modules, one that is a prototype. The first that I built was an image search. So what it does is it takes your media library, analyzes all the images and stores that, and the analysis is actually text. So it'll tell you that there's a male or female in the image, it'll tell you relative age. But what I can do with that, since that's all textual information, is I can build a search on it. So now all of a sudden, all these images in your media library can be searched on, based on color, based on people in the image, other types of things, mountains, cars, things like that. And there's chatbots. So chatbots probably have a less than stellar reputation, but I think what you need to do is see past just what a chatbot is and realize that what it is it's taking your text, it's able to parse it, and then take action on it. Now, this is a really powerful tool. Right now it's kind of a simple thing, but eventually what it's going to lead to is the idea that the Sitecore can actually talk back to you. And the idea overall is to hopefully get a system that's aware of itself and that can tell you and help you optimize it. Hey, did you know that this content is really effective? You should build more like it. Hey, you haven't set up any goals or campaigns. Would you like to? That type of thing.
Number one thing you want the people attending your talk, or perhaps hearing about it through this video, what's the number one thing you want them to come away from the talk with?
The first thing, I really think the most important thing is that whatever it is, preconceived notions you have about what machine learning or artificial intelligence is capable of, put it aside and consider for a moment that right now, major companies are pouring a lot of investment into this technology, making it commercially available to anyone at almost no cost. There's absolutely no reason to not try it.
Anything you're hoping to do there while you're visiting Berlin for the first time?
Get good food, find some really good live music, meet some amazing people, and of course, share ideas with people who are open and love sharing information.
Well, that sounds like an excellent plan. Thank you so much for spending time talking about your talk.